So how are you? It's been a minute since we last spoke. I don't know if you remember. It's been a
I,
while and you've been busy.
I do. No, I remember. I remember. Yeah.
How have you been?
Been good. Been good. It's been really busy lately. So doing
Yeah,
interviews and Breakfast Club is coming up. I got to do that tomorrow. I got to do Angela Yee. It's a whole bunch of stuff. So
that's exciting. You guys just had a performance last night, right?
yeah. We had a performance last night. We rocked that. That turned out so great, so
Yeah.
great. So a lot of people came
Wow.
out, but the crowd was amazing.
That's awesome. And you have been busy. I mean, the last time we spoke, I mean, you were fresh off of the success of the rebirth of Marvin. You had your
Yeah.
two number 1 hits on the charts,
Yeah.
Back to Your Place and Mulholland Drive. I mean, then
Yeah.
you did your Rebirth of Marvin tour. You were on tour with the Shandellas and Jay Brown. I mean, you have been busy, and then it's still nonstop because you're currently doing some amazing things. So I want to talk about those fun things that you're doing right now. So let's get into it. So
Yeah.
you're on tour currently with Maxwell and Jazmine Sullivan, two absolutely incredible artists. How has that been? I had a chance to see you perform when you were here in Atlanta.
This tour has been amazing. Maxwell is such a great guy. Me and him are getting close throughout this tour, becoming very close friends. And Jasmine's doing a great job as well. Um, like I said, this tour is just absolutely incredible. It's explosive. It's really the serenade tour. I mean, we've had two or three people get married, or not get married, but propose on stage during the show. So it's been awesome. I had one. I think Max might have had one, and Jasmine had one, or maybe it was just Jazz. I'm not sure, but I know I had one a couple shows ago. So it's great. It's great. The crowd is just unbelievable.
That's incredible. I mean, and how would you compare this tour to your Rebirth of Marvin tour as far as just like the crowd energy and now you're, really a known name at this point and you were then, but really growing your, supporter base. How would you compare the two?
The only comparison is just pretty much the size of the arenas now. It's much different from when it was. Now I started out doing arenas with Snoop, obviously,
Right.
so I've already been acclimated to it. So people have been asking me like, man, how does it feel to be in front of all these people? I'm like, well, I've been doing it with Snoop since 2016, so I've been doing 50,000, 100,000. So, but they feel a little further away now because the first tour it was everybody was up close and personal. It was more like being in my living room. But that's the only difference, just size wise. As far as the people singing it and just having more notoriety, that's obviously that's growing. But people are still just singing every song back to back. Like when I say sing along with me, they really do it.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest part about it.
And you talked about like the other venues being like more like intimate venues, but honestly, like you bring that to these arena venues too. I love the setup. I mean, for people that haven't had a chance to check out the tour yet, I mean, it's going on until the end of October. But
Right.
I mean, I love the setup that you have for your set. I mean, it's like being in a cigar lounge and you make sure you have your
Exactly.
cigar on stage as well too.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I make sure I'm very comfortable on the set there, man, on the stage. So, I just like being me. That's pretty much the best part of it. And that's what Snoop's always told me. Like, just continue to be you, and that's why people, like you the way they do is because you're not fake, you're not phony, you're not a robot that goes out on stage, does their thing, see you later. It's more like, hey, you joke with them, you're playful with everybody. So just making everybody feel comfortable. That's my main thing.
And you did that. And of course, the mic is on. Always. The mic is always on.
Oh, oh, yeah,
So,
the mic is on.
yes. And you recently released two new singles, and they are on your upcoming album. This is October month, literally. This is
It
October
is. It's a lot
month.
going.
So She Keeps Calling. We'll start with that one. I love that. And I remember the last time we spoke, you talked about kind of branching into the 80s. And I feel that in this song, and She Keeps Calling,
Yeah,
but it's 80s but reimagined in a way that
right.
really only you can do. And so tell me a little bit about the process of this particular single and then also curating the album as well.
Yeah. For this song, for She Keeps Calling, I didn't even know it was really going to be a single. Me and Snoop actually had that. We did that. We recorded that. Um, I want to say we recorded that like 2 years ago or something like that. So it's just been sitting in the hard drive. Uh, and it just sounded good. And Snoop was like, we should throw this on the album and not let it sit on the hard drive like all the rest of the records that we have sitting. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But I did not think that it was going to be a single. I really didn't think anybody was going to like it, to be honest. Because at first I was like, nah, I don't think they want this. And we put it out once again. I was like, it just blew up. It blew up. So I love the song. That's the first song that we do, or that I do on the tour. And then obviously going into a beautiful woman. Beautiful woman is available right now to listen to and to stream on the album on iTunes and Spotify. I didn't even know that was going to be a second single either. So we're hoping that we have about 6, which is not usual. Usually you have about 2 singles per album. I think we have between 5 and 7 singles.
And I'm wondering, like, how many things do you have on the hard drive that you're keeping from us? Because if she keeps calling it a beautiful woman, we're hanging out and you weren't sure, and as a creative, I understand, like, sometimes you just don't know how people are going to receive your artistry, but like
Right.
it's very well received and the songs are incredible.
Right.
So how many do you got? How many more songs do you got in the hard drive that you're keeping from us? That's okay. You don't have to answer that question.
I have a lot. I have a lot. I honestly, I have about maybe over a little over 1,000 songs sitting in the hard drive, and I have I just looked actually, just between the years of 2004 to 2014, I recorded 50 albums. So they're just sitting. Just between that, and then after 2014, it was like 5 in 2015, another 6 albums here, but they're already in album form, different genres. It's crazy. So I could just start throwing out stuff all the time.
Well, that's something that I want to point out about you. So you mix, master, produce a lot of your own music, like 70% of your own music. That's something that like not a lot of artists can say that they do. So tell me, like, what, I guess, benefit does that bring to you to be able to, like, how does it make you feel to be able to do these things and say, like, no, I did that. That is something that I put my blood, sweat, and tears into to create this.
Yeah. Well, it makes me feel great because I've always wanted to kind of venture off into other genres and touch different genres. And, my top 5 or 10 artists are all different. You got D'Angelo, then it goes to Sade, then to John Mayer, and then Maxwell. So, I like so many different flavors of music. I've always wanted to do different genres and just touch other people, because some people might like this R&B stuff and some people might not. Okay, so what do you like? Oh, you like I don't know, pop. Okay, cool. Well, then let me give you a pop album. Let me feed these listeners too. So I don't know. I like to touch everyone musically if I can.
Yeah, and so you're coming up on Indianapolis is one of the tour stops coming up soon. How is that? Is that going to be a busy one for you?
That is going to be a busy one because I'm South Bend, Indiana kid, so a lot of family and friends are coming down to Indianapolis, coming to see me perform. But just that Midwest circuit is always crazy. So after Indianapolis, then I have another set of family coming to Chicago, and then another set of family coming to Detroit. So those 3 right there are always that band of just family, friends, hanging out. That means it's going to be just a lot of partying, a lot of that type of stuff. So in Chicago, we're doing the album release party too. So that's awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, October 9th.
October 11th, October Nights is coming out. So as far as that album and, what can listeners expect from October Nights? Obviously, we got a taste with your 2 singles, but having so many different singles that you plan on releasing, it's amazing. So I know we're going to be getting some good stuff. What can they?
Yeah. For this album, you can expect a transition into more me and less. I don't want to say. Well, no, it is less Marvin, because the way we have the album kind of flowing through, it starts off like, okay, this is all right. We're still in that. Oh, sorry, that was a beat. That was a very big bumblebee that just flew past my face. It's transitional. I want to call this a transitional album because it starts like, okay, we're back in that Marvin frame, and then it starts to venture off into a ballad and to just different flavors and Me and Snoop have a song called "Put You On," and that has like a little bit of D'Angelo flavor into it. But at the end, it ends the album with a beautiful ballad called "Time" that me and my best friend Mike Letter wrote. So yeah, you're gonna get some different flavors. I'm going into a whole different thing now. I'm trying to figure out if after this album I'm gonna go 90s or I'm gonna go 80s pop. Never gonna give you up.
Oh, come on with it. Honestly, you could do whatever because that is the talent that you have, and that's incredible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're so versatile, and
Right.
I'm looking forward to this album coming out. And just as a side note, you are so versatile that you can even do children's things that you do alongside with Snoop and Doggyland. That's
Doggyland.
very, very cool. We love
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Co-creator of Doggyland.
Yeah.
I do the music for Doggyland, and I voice the character Wolfie.
That is so exciting. I
Yeah,
love that.
I'm all
Yeah.
over the place.
Yes, you are, but that's only, telling that things are going to continue to go up from here because,
Right.
as busy as you are and all the opportunities that are coming and all the things that you've been able to do, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, but well, enjoy the rest of the tour. Like I said, we are looking forward to October Nights coming out this Friday, October 11th. It
Woo.
is October London month,
I see.
literally.
It's crazy. Like, come on, I'm getting everything that I could ever dream of in this month. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. This is
Yeah.
crazy. So, yeah, it's gonna be. I'm just excited. I really am. I'm ready for this album to drop. I'm gonna be up all night. The
Yeah.
night.
Oh, for sure. This is an exciting week, and of course, your press run and
Yeah.
doing all the things, and I can't wait to hear it. It's gonna be
Thank you.
good.